Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to every single person in this group. Let's join a class now. Good evening to all of you. Um, if you can see my face and hear my voice, I would like you to just type one in the comment section. I'd like to just type one in the comment section if you can see my face and then you can hear my voice. Just type one in the comment section. Okay. I want to personally welcome you on behalf of Apicts Forex Trading. Okay, Apicts Forex. I want to welcome all of you. Virtually all of you are new to Apicts Forex, and then a lot of you are new to Forex trading. A lot of you are new to Forex trading, and that makes it very beautiful. Like I always say, I'm always excited when I meet persons or students who are absolutely new to financial markets. I am always excited. Why? Because the people have had experience with that are so difficult to train or to become profitable in the forex market are those who have had several um, several several access to learning here and there, several strategies, several cheats, several bots, and the likes. Some people who have learned different kind of methods in the market. They are always very difficult to train because they were never um, they were never stable or they didn't stay with a strategy enough to juice it out or to make profit from it. So they're always very difficult to train. They have a lot of arguments. Most of my successful students are the people I picked, in our training academy that we pick from the scratch that know nothing at all about trading. It's always very interesting. I'm always very excited when I meet people like that. So if you are here and you know nothing about forex, if you are here, you have not been exposed to trading financial market before, I want to say good luck to you and I want to congratulate you. And as long as you can pay attention and participate in in this course I'll be taking you through, I promise you that you know, you become a profitable forex trader and you'll be happy that you are part of this class. I'm always excited about I'm always excited. I'm excited about my students who are making it big. I'm excited about, okay, the simple strategy I'm going to be sharing with you. See, when you have a coach, that have passed through all the ordeals of the market and eventually resolve to one or two simple strategies that are going to be teaching you. He has gone through a study and then he's now simplifying it to you. You see, you'll be lucky to have such persons in your life. So I'm excited. And the reason I take it upon myself to teach you is because, first of all, I have testimonies. And each time I have the testimonies, I'm always excited. I remember a woman called me sometimes ago and she was just praying for me. She was just praying for me. And I asked her, what happened? He said, her husband is one of my students who has made so much money and eventually, installed solar in the apartment. And then because he made money from Forex, he installed solar in the apartment. And then they are now, they are now enjoying um they're now enjoying 24 hours light, 24 hours light in their apartment. So the kids can now watch TV 247. And then he said during the time of heat, they can now have fun to put on all the night, even when the power holding companies are not supplying light. And that's interesting to me. I've been in my office before when people walk into my office, women walk into my office, come and show gratitude because the husband are now making money. I've had such experience. I've had students who paid school fees themselves. I've had students who have bought houses, who have bought cars, and I feel like, oh, we can do more now. After all, it's just to give little of my time, okay, to more people, little of my time to more people. So the reason I'm doing this is just to give. That's why I want to just teach you like 1 hour every day, 1 hour every day. What I'm giving you is my time. What I'm giving you is, and then I want to grow I'm going to build more community of traders, successful traders, profitable traders, so that everybody benefit together. In 2020, I decided to focus more in having this kind of rapport with fellow Black, fellow African, because I used to have this feeling that, look, we can actually make this is an access to a global market. You can bring wealth into our continent, you can bring wealth into our country if we learn to trade the forex market profitably. If you are not profitable, you are donating. If you are profitable, you are earning, you are amassing, you are taking to yourself the profit that the market brings to you. Okay, are we together? And it's very interesting. When you become very profitable in the forex market, it becomes very interesting. You will laugh, you'll be excited, you'll be happy you did. And that's the reason why we're here tonight. Now, I wanted to do something for me. First of all, I'd like you to understand that forex trading financial markets is like a career. Is like a career. I want to approach it from the angle of being a career. Because when you approach it from that angle, see, you are patient to learn. You are calm to learn, and then you have it at the back of your mind. It will take you some time to master, because recently that's usually the first statement I make in my class, whether physical class or online class, especially the physical class. I tell my students, this is a career. This is not gambling. This is not get rich quick. This is a career on its own. And then it takes you some time to master. When you hear the word career, it means something you acquire, a skill you acquire over a period of time. It's a career, and it is a skill also. It's a skill that will hone your life, that will add benefit to your life when you master it. See it as a skill. This is a skill. This is it that you can learn. It is the learnable skill. It's a learnable skill. It is not a get rich quick. So don't expect that, oh, as soon as you make money, as soon as you learn this class, after a few days you learn this class, then you will start amassing wealth. And of course that is possible. Of course that is possible. I've had such instances among my students who, after learning for, I think for about a week, I started trading crash and boom, and they make stupendous profit, as in massive profit. But then that may not happen for everybody. That may not be experience of everybody. So I'm not going to be promising you that after you have learned forex market in a couple of days, then you start buying cars and building houses. Even though I've seen that before. I've seen that before, especially when the market was trending. I have seen that we make massive profits, as in on massive, unimaginable kind of profit. But then it's not always like that. It's not always like that. But what I can guarantee everyone who participates and pay attention is that you become profitable in the forex market. You become profitable. So it is a career. It's a career. It's a career. And being a career means it takes a while to master. It takes a while to master. Then I wanted to approach it from the angle of a career, it will help you a lot. It will give you the right perspective and the right approach, the right understanding that that you require to become profitable. Number two, it is a very risky market. Very, very risky. Very, very risky. I said the word risky or the word risk, okay? When we say it is risky, it is not to scare you. It is not to scare you. My coach taught me many years ago that when you hear the word risky, what it connotes is that it requires much knowledge. The word risky means it requires much knowledge. It requires much knowledge. Are we together now? It requires much knowledge. And much knowledge is required. That is what it means. Much knowledge is required. When you hear the word risky, much knowledge is required. And so you need to pay attention. You need to study, and then I need you to participate in this class. Make sure you are participating. Make sure you are, when I give you tasks to do, honestly speaking, I get encouraged when I see volumes of participation. First of all, I will know what you have learned, what you have gotten from what I'm sharing. I will know what remains to share. I will know where to place more focus and emphasis so that we can all be on the same page. So when you're not participating, you leave me in the cloud. And sometimes I get discouraged, I get frustrated, and I may quit the class if there's no response. If you're not responding. So I need you to respond. I need to ask questions. As much as I know to become profitable, I'm willing and ready to share. And I'm sharing that for free. Okay. I may not have all the time in the day, but little time we have, we're going to be sharing it little by little, little by little. And I also need to understand I'm running a course here. I have a syllabus that I follow in dispensing this knowledge across to you, in sharing this knowledge I have with you. So the syllabus is arranged systematically to touch every aspect that is necessary for you to know. Every aspect necessary for you to know. Everything you need to know to become profitable has been included in the syllabus. So nothing to worry about. Just pay attention. Just let us go gradually, a step after the other. Are we together now? We're going to be taking it a step after the other so that at the end of it all, so that at the end of the day, you will have your complete skill set. So let me take you to my slide while we run it, while we run the syllabus gradually. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Yes, you can. Can you see my screen now? Yes, you can. Can you see my? All right. Yeah, all right. So let's continue. If you can see my screen, just type two in the comment section. Just type two in the comment section. So now, so let me introduce myself. My name is Don. I'm a forex trader. I'm a trainer. I'm a signal provider in Apicts Forex. Okay, I've been able to train students almost in every state in the country, every state in Nigeria. Okay, I and Apicts Forex as is goes beyond Nigeria. Okay, a student, another student here and there. Okay, um, so let's begin from here. Do you desire to be financially free and make money in dollars regardless of your location in the world? That's what forex market provides for you. Is that your desire? One of the things that make you to like forex is that the freedom it gives, the freedom to make money anywhere in the world. As long as you have internet connection and you have your device to access the market, you can make money from anywhere in the world. That is one of the most interesting things in trading forex, and I love it. I love it so much so that when I travel from place to place, it does not reduce my income. It's beautiful. It's the most powerful thing, it's the most exciting thing in learning to trade financial markets. Imagine such freedom it gives. Do you desire to be financially free and make money in dollars regardless of your location in the world? Do you desire to be able to afford any school of your choice for yourself and your kids? Do you desire to be able to afford any school of your choice for yourself and your kids? Do you desire to make enough capital for the business of your choice without having to borrow money from the bank? This is one of the reasons that I like to teach some people. People have visions, they have dreams, they have agricultural vision, they have a production, vision, they have business idea that they want to execute. In fact, I love teaching people like this because they will add to the economy development or whatever locality they find themselves, even generally as a country. Imagine you are producing something. Imagine you go into farming. Imagine you go into producing cassava, or you are into animal husbandry. You are. I have students who are into piggery. Make money here, then invest it in buying. They invest in piggery. Some are into fishery. I have students who are into solar installations. I have students that the money they earn in trading financial market, because when you earn money for the market, you can't put it back in the market. You put it in another investment. Some are into real estate, some are buying lands. I have some of my students who have bought. In fact, I have some students that the document for their land, they're still with me. Because they were undergraduates when they learned to trade, when they bought the land, and then the campus area was close to my office, and some of them, a few of them, one or two of them have the document of the land. They still kept it in my house so that when the land appreciate in the future and they want to sell, have all of that. Do you desire to make enough capital for your business of your choice without having to borrow money from bank or anyone? Okay. And do you desire to help people around you financially without feeling the burden? This aspect of without feeling the burden is always interesting to me. Sometimes when I give people money, it the money looks so much some other people, but see, me, I'm calculating how much is that in dollar. I give somebody, imagine you give somebody like 100K, and you say that's less than $100, and then it's not a big deal to you because already you are making money in dollar. To give somebody to convert it to naira, a convert it to naira is something big to somebody, but then to you, it is not a burden when you are helping people. I know some people love to help people. Some people love to give to their neighbors, give to their family, give to their relative, help somebody with his school fees, help somebody with his rent, help somebody with his medical bill, help somebody. I remember I used to have a neighbor in those days, and then the daughter was sick, and I said, take this child to the hospital. And I said, the hospital there is expensive. I said, how much is that? Okay, take this child to the hospital. Tell me the bill. I will pay. Why they were still thinking that, it's I don't want to go into detail of that story because they were assuming at some point that the thing was having spiritual reason for the child to be sick. By the time I sponsored the bill in the hospital, it's because that this is not spiritual. At that time, that particular case was not spiritual. I'm not saying there cannot be any spiritual problem that can cause sickness, but that particular one, it wasn't spiritual. It was just normal health. That's so. But because they were afraid of making payment, I said, no, we'll just take her to the hospital. I'll pay. So and it wasn't a burden because the money was not much. Do you desire to help people financially without feeling the burden? Now, if your response is a yes to all these questions, then you are in the right place. Are we together now? You are in the right place. Okay. Now, my promise to you is that at the end of this training, you will start making money. Please pay attention. In fact, if you're in my physical class, by the end of day two, I teach a very simple strategy that from the end of day two, you start making money. From the end of day two, you start making money. I will not promise you that in an online class because usually my offline class is usually faster than online class. Online class, you see, in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm out of the class. But you see, in my physical class, you see, we can run it for hours. We can have a break and come back again. So by the end of day two, I'm already giving you, I've already reached a level in a course, in a syllabus that where you can start making money even from day two. So, but here now, so I want to go into benefit of trading financial markets. What are the benefits? Why should you give attention? Why should you consider learning to trade forex? Are we together now? How many persons are online? Let me check. All right, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. So now, so what are the benefits of trading financial market? I remember many years ago when I wanted to like give my full attention to trading for, I was considering the pros and the cons. First of all, I was considering for how long can I stay in this place? Is it like That's why I prefer somebody learning to trade forex than learning to gamble. Some people learn to gamble. They do Ponzi. See how CBS frustrated some people a couple of months back. I was telling those people that time, this is not how forex works. They're just deceiving you. This thing is not crash. It lasted about 4 to 5 months, and then it eventually crashed. What are the benefits of trading financial market? Number one, the flexibility. The flexibility. I, I I did a little explaining about that just a moment ago. You can trade at home, you can trade in your office, you can trade in your shop, you can trade on your farm, you can trade in your classroom, you can trade in a taxi, you can trade from anywhere in the world. In fact, you can trade in the toilet. Because I've traded in the toilet before and I made money. I made money. That's even as far back as years ago. I remember watching a setup, and I've been on that setup for a while, and then I wanted to enter toilet. I carried my laptop to my lap, and it was while I was in the toilet that the setup was set for entry. And then I took the entry, make money, make stupendous profits, and then that's so it's so flexible. It's so flexible. It gives you stupendous freedom, unimaginable kind of freedom. If you learn it very well, see nobody become profitable. I, I did the training in year 2020, I think 2020, and it was a paid training. Then people were paying, I think, 10,000 naira to come for training, 10,000 to come for training. So a friend of mine saw the flyer online. I was like, yeah, no, that he has learned to trade forex before. And I think the guy had left Nigeria, and I was like, oh wow, beautiful. Do you still trade forex? He said that once a trader, always a trader. Now, one thing, and that's a very strong sentiment that struck me. I'm like, wow, once a trader, always trader. Now, the moment you learn the skill of becoming profitable in the market, I promise you, you will never go out. You will never abandon trading forex. The struggle will be until you get your feet. The struggle will be until you master a strategy. The struggle will be until you understand how market really work. But the moment you get it, bro, you don't want to go out. You don't want to leave it. You always want to stay there. So why? Because the flexibility it gives you. So I've had friends who left the country. Before they left the country, they already mastered how to trade. And when they left the country, after leaving the country and in the overseas where they get to, one of the ways they first of all establish their finances when they get there is to trade forex. They make money. First set of money they are living on is from the financial market. And some of them, because some of them still use Nigeria account to trade there, when they're making profits, I see their deposit and withdraw. Because some of their withdrawal goes through me. Flexibility is so flexible. It's so flexible. Flexibility said that you can trade. See, you can live in a village. See, listen, you can be in a village and make as much money, even much more than somebody who lives in the big city, because the market is a global market. It's a global market. It's a global market. That see, imagine you make $100 here in Nigeria. Somebody make $100 there in America. The $100 you make here is more valuable. Is more valuable. You know how much? Can you go to the restaurant and spend $100? Oh, come on! Before you pay $100 food in the market, you will have spent a lot. That's over 130,000 naira. In Nigeria at the moment, will you go to restaurant and eat 130,000 naira? No, but somebody can be in abroad and spend $120 to eat just a meal. It's advantageous to you. You will love it, bro. You will love to trade, or you will love it. You will never leave to trade forex the moment you become profitable. Number two, liquidity. Liquidity. As at last trading I did, forex market has 7 trillion turnover every 24 hours. $7 trillion turnover every 24 hours. Are we still together? My goodness, 7 trillion US dollars turnover every 24 hours. Now, that is the biggest market. Forex market is the biggest market in the world. It is the gap between the forex market and the stock market is so wide. The gap is so wide. So it has a lot of liquidity. There's something like there's no market to do. There's something like there's no money in the market. There's something like there's no money. There's always money. Imagine a turnover of 7 trillion US dollar, and all that your target would be. For example, someone like you that just started. Imagine you just target $50 a day, 5 days a week. That's how much. That is $250 every single week. Imagine convert that one to a local currency and see how beautiful it is. Liquidity. It has highest liquidity, 7 trillion liquidity in every single day, 24 hours. And you just focus on $20, $50 or $100. I remember years ago, my target was $500 every day. $500 every day. And like I was telling you in the last class, and of course, I was not able to keep $500 every day, but there are days I make more. So the beautiful thing is that at the end of the month, when I calculated all the money I made together, it is amount to $500 times 20 to 25, trading days, 20 days trading. I've already made, if you had it together, I will not make it every day, but at days I'll make 1,500. A day I make 700. A day I make, and the day I lose, the day I lose 200, or I lose $100. I lose it. So when you mark it together at the end of the month, I've made 500 times 20 days. I'm telling you. So because the liquidity is enough. Number two, no boss. You don't need to look for employment. You don't need a boss. You need somebody to give you a job. You don't need an appointment letter. All you need, I remember when I started, all I needed was a corner in my room where I have one small plastic table. I remember I was in a rented apartment that time. I had one blue plastic table and a white chair at one corner in my room. So when I wake up in the morning, I go there to that corner and I'm in the market until I'm there for London session, I'm there for New York session, I'm there for London and New York session. Sometimes I trade Asian session at night. That's when I trade JPY, JPY pairs. When I trade AUD and JPY pairs, very volatile at 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Nigerian time. Okay, but then I trade London session. So I sit with that table and chair. I don't need a boss. I didn't need a boss. Are we still together? Is someone hearing me here? If you're hearing me, I like to type 3 in the comment section. If you're hearing me, type 3 in the comment section. If you're hearing me, type 3 in the comment section. I'm waiting. I want to be sure you are listening to me. If you are hearing me, type 3 in the comment section, please. Are you hearing me? All right, beautiful. Somebody's hearing me. Somebody's hearing me. Somebody's hearing me. Somebody's hearing me. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So you just give me a moment. We'll continue. Somebody is calling this line. I'll be with you in a moment. Just please, I'm sorry. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue. All right, thank you. So now, I said you don't need a boss. You don't need employee. You don't need a staff. You don't need there's nobody to help me to stay in my shop. No, that's why I was missing the trade. You don't need any employee. You don't need a fucking no person. You don't need any office. Okay, I told you when I started. Of course, I have offices in a couple of places now. But when I started, I only had a room, in my room, and I had a blue table. I remember that blue plastic table and a white chair at one corner beside my toilet, my ensuite toilet. I just put the table and chair there. I was facing a wall, and then that's all I had. So you don't need any office. You need just your trade station, just your table and the chair, your computer, and then sometimes you just need your phone. Your phone is okay. Number two, risk control. No matter how much risky that the people say the market will never take from you the amount of money you did not plan to risk. That's why you have stop loss. You can control your risk from the very beginning of the trade. You can control your risk. People say, oh, they blow money. Oh, they blow the money. And my money was there. The market took your money away. The market doesn't take your money that you did not stake, the money that you did not risk. And you can determine your risk. People can risk 1% of their account. You can risk 2%. You can risk 2% of your account. And that makes it very beautiful. Market with you can there are businesses that people do that they cannot control the risk. You know, you are doing buy and selling, and to you use trailer to ship or to transport your goods, and on the road the trailer tumbles and then you lose all your properties. You could not even and everything in that container swept off and then destroyed. God forbid. But then here you can determine how much risk you are taking even before you enter a trade. All the trade I took today, there's one trade that I think my risk was just $170 today. And then I knew my risk before entering the trade. So all the time that the thing was in pullback, I knew, okay, even if this risk, even this trade goes against me, I didn't know in my mind how much I stand to lose. And thank God it ended in profit. So we have risk control. Next point, leverage. The leverage here means that you see, if not for the introduction of leverage into the financial market, you and I wouldn't have been able to talk about trading forex now. We wouldn't have been able to talk about trading financial market. Why? Because until I think until 1998, 96 to be specific. From 1996 till now, that was when leverage was introduced in the market, where we now have brokers that can give you leverage. When you're opening your account with a broker, you choose leverage, or they have a fixed leverage for you. For example, if you open an account, a trading account with leverage 1 to 1,000, what that means is that for every $1,000 you bring to the broker, the broker give you $1,000. That means with your $1, you can trade as if you have one. The market will be seen as if you have $1,000 in the market. That's how the market will see you. So imagine you bring $1,000 to the market, and then the the broker will be the market will be see as if you have $1 million. That's risk one. That's leverage 1 to 1,000, and this is possible. When the broker started giving leverage, because before that time in the 80s and in the 70s, the trading financial market is not as easy as this, but because there was no leverage. And at that time, the minimum lot size you can use to trade is 100,000 US dollars. 100, that's the minimum you can bring to the market. So it wasn't for small boys. The market then was for big boys in 70s, big boys in 80s. And I told you that until 1996 onward till now, most especially in year 2000, in 1999, year 2000, there was a massive eruption of people coming to the financial market. Why? Leverage. So you bring in $10 to the market. That's why it is possible for you to deposit $100 and $200 and be able to trade forex market, because in early 80s and in 70s it was not possible. It's not possible. So next point, you can have minimum investment. I just explained that you can have if people even trade market with $100, $50, and then they still make profit or they make loss, or they can still trade. What is important? You can trade with the minimum investment. Next thing is unlimited profit. The market appears that the profit available in the forex market appears to be unlimited, especially when you have become profitable, when you have an edge. We call it edge in the market. We call it edge in the market. When you already have an edge in the and then you become so invincible, you become so powerful, because you master your strategy, that even when you lose money, you make it back, because your strategy give you a very strong edge in the market. Next point is, and unlimited profit. What do that also mean? Is that, imagine I told you that time that you have 7.0 trillion turnover, $1 trillion turnover every 24 hours. That is your limit. The limit is 7 trillion. And I don't think you need up to $7 trillion. So the profit is like almost unlimited. Almost unlimited. The next point, instant income. Instant income. Beautiful. Now you see, this is beautiful, my guys. Guys, this is beautiful. Do you know that you can trade in the morning, make profit at the same time, withdraw the profit in the same money, and use it to buy whatever that you want to buy. Instant income. This is not real estate that you invest now and then it takes a while for you to appreciate. This is not stock because in financial market, people can make as much as $100,000 in 5 minutes, $100,000 in 15 minutes. You can make almost unlimited amount of profit in a shorter period of time, and then you can withdraw it immediately. If you have, especially when you have a good broker, you can withdraw it immediately. My goodness. I've had people, because you see, I've had people that they are trading and they get to restaurant, they've already bought the food and they're already eating, and then they close the trade, and then they make withdrawal. The same withdrawal they used to pay the food that they are already bought, eating it in the restaurant. That's how powerful forex market can be. Instant income. Instant income. And next point, part-time or full-time trading. I always tell my people, I always tell my students, there is no single person that has excuse from trading financial markets. You don't have excuse at all in any way. You don't have excuse. Whether you're a professional medical doctor, whether you are a professional engineer, whether you are busy, whether you are a student, whether you are this and that. Why? Because market has accommodation for every single person. Okay, while somebody who is a full-time can be like a day trader, or can be like intraday trader, or can be somebody who trade on lower time frame. Now, if a part-time trader can be a swing trader, or somebody that, see, you can enter 3 trades in a month and still be very profitable and still make stupendous profits on the market, even 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 with 3 trades in a month. You can be that powerful, can be that trade. So sometimes all you need in the market is not more than 30 minutes. That is after you have mastered it, because at the beginning of this our course together, you need an ample time, you need a sufficient time to study the market, and especially at the beginning. So you don't need, now, next point, you don't need no need for educational qualification. You don't need to be an accountant. You don't need to be a banker. You don't need to be a computer programmer. You don't need to be you study marketing. You don't need to study statistics for you to be profitable in the market. It has absolutely nothing to do with educational qualification. And why did I say so? I've had students, I've had secondary school students who have been in our class and master how to trade and become profitable. Period. Period. Secondary school students. SS2, SS3, secondary school students. In fact, I met one guy online as at year 2020, who at that time just finished secondary school and was already making 20,000 naira per week, every single week. Then dollar was about 220 naira, yeah, per dollar or thereabout, Dollar was, and at that time I was already making 20K. And every single month he comes out of the market with 80,000 naira. Minimum wage that time was it not 15,000 naira. Imagine a month, this guy is already coming out of the market with 80K. Because why? Because when it comes to the financial market, I used to tell people, it's about approaching it as a career. Number two, approaching it like you are learning a new language, because market has its own language. And you don't become, just because you study statistics doesn't mean you can now understand French. Just because you study banking doesn't mean that you can now understand how to trade forex. But it's a new language that anybody can learn. Anybody, when it comes to language, anybody can learn it. You can see a little child fluent in a particular language, but another does not understand. It's by the exposure to the language. So you approach it from the angle of learning a new language. And when you are learning a new language, you need to learn it from the alphabet. Learn it from the alphabet and syllable word, 2 syllable word, 3 syllable word, until you master and become eloquent in that language. Last point, you can trade anytime, even at leisure. You can trade at any time in the world. You can trade at any time in the world, anytime in the world, anytime, even at leisure. You can trade in the morning, you can trade at noon, you can trade at night, you can trade anytime, anywhere in the world. Are we still together now? Are you still with me here? All right. So let me see where we can end tonight's class. And okay. So let's see a little bit of what is forex. What is forex? What is forex trading? What is forex trading? I'll be ending this class just in a moment. I just want to start this aspect that will continue again, maybe in the next class. What is forex? Forex is from the word foreign exchange. Forex. When you hear forex, it means foreign exchange. Now, this is the exchange between Is the exchange of currency between one country and another country. When if you move from your country, okay, and you have your local currency, for example, if you move from Nigeria here and then you have your naira in your pocket and you want to get to Ghana over there, the moment you get to Ghana, you step to the boundary of Ghana, you will not be able to spend naira again. So you'll be required to exchange your naira to Ghana cities. And I promise you that the rate is not one to one. And as long as the rate is not one to one, you have done forex. By the time you are changing your naira to Ghana cedis, your Nigerian naira to Ghana cedis, you are already doing forex. And as long as country trade, you know, internationally, country trade with one another, there will always be forex. And that should tell you that look, calm down and be patient. There will always be forex. There will always be forex. So it's not something that you that will be going tomorrow. It's not like CBS. It's not Ponzi. It's not Ponzi. It's something that has come to stay. So there will always be forex because there will always be foreign exchange. There will always be trade in between country and the other. There will always be forex. So what is forex trading? Forex trading is the act of buying one currency and selling another at the same time in order to make profit. Act of buying one currency and selling another, okay, at the same time in order to make profit from the changes in the rate, in order to make profit from the changes in the rate. So forex trading is the business of speculating on currency price movement in the global market. An example, if you believe that GBP USD will rise against US dollar, you buy GBP USD. If the price rises, you make profit. If it falls, you incur loss. Forex trading is the skill of analyzing global currency market, managing risks to profit from exchange rate movement. Why? Because the exchange rate is always on motion, is always moving. So you taking advantage of the movement in the exchange rate. Sometimes within 5 minutes, exchange rate has jumped from one pip to another pip. So this this fluctuation, this instability, when you take advantage of this instability, then to analyze the market and make profit from it, you're already trading for it. That is forex trading. That is forex trading. Now there is physical aspect of it that when you get to the market, you meet these physical guys, these Hausa guys that they do it offline. That's also forex. But what we are doing here is online trading. Online trading, online forex trading is what we are going to be focusing on for the purpose of this our trading. So look at this guy now who is traveling to another country. Then he got to the embassy and he want to exchange his currency of his own home country to the country of his visit country. So he has to bring out his own money and then he change it to the new currency of the country he's entering into. And like I said earlier, the exchange rate is never one to one. Look at this now. This is somebody changing euro to dollar. So 1 euro from this example on the board now is 1 euro is 1.4 US dollar. That means every single time he's bringing out 1 euro, he's going to be collecting $1.40. $1.40. And that makes it beautiful. I'm still laying the foundation. We're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper as it proceeds. Okay? And so now, why do you trade Forex? Why trading Forex? Who trade Forex and why? And of course, who trade Forex and why? This is why we started getting deep. This is where we started getting deep in our trading. Okay? Okay, while we are still laying the foundation. Are we together now? Are we still together? All right, let's continue. Now, who trade Forex and why? Number one, the central banks. Central bank, they are the one that fix the exchange rate. They trade Forex. They are the major participator in the financial market, in the forex market. They are the major liquid provider or liquidity provider in the forex market. They provide liquidity. They're the one that make, like the 7.7 trillion US dollar turnover every single day, 24 hours. Who do you think is making the liquidity available? The central banks. Central bank. Next to that are the commercial banks. The commercial banks. The commercial bank, they also come into the market. Sometimes the banks tell you to come and fix your money, do a fixed deposit. It's because the banks need your money to go and trade in the financial market, because when they have so much money in the market, they can pull liquidity. So we have we have the commercial bank, and next to that we have corporations. We have corporations. We have corporations that trade financial markets. And last on this list is the retail trader. That's where you and I belong. Retail trader. Retail trader. You and I are retail traders. And then we don't bring liquidity into the market. We don't determine the direction of the market. We ride on the waves that have been made available by the market makers, the liquidity providers. And of course, the only essence of trading financial market is to make profit. So why? Just for profit. Just for profit. Everybody is in the financial market to make profit every single day. I remember last class I was teaching, somebody was telling me, why are these people in the market? I said, to make profit now. Everybody wants to make profit. Everybody wants to make profit. And if you are not skillful, donating to the market, people will be making profit on you. Why? Because when somebody make profit in the market, somebody is making loss in the market. That's just that is the bad side of forex. When somebody is making it, somebody is losing it. And somebody is making somebody. That is the reason for this class. The reason for this class is to have an hedge, so that people who are donating money to the market, for those who are making profit from the market, are we together? Are we still together? Now you are a retail trader. I am a retail trader. Come on, say I am a retail trader. I like to type in the comment section. If you are still listening to me, you're still hearing me. Say I am a retail trader. Very beautiful. Now, when you start getting to understand that you're a retail trader, in fact, the first understanding I need you to have now is to understand that you are a retail trader. Why the central bank can determine the direction of the market, commercial bank, they can pull in, these are the people that pull in billions of dollars into the market, and they can determine where the market will go. Even the corporation, large corporations, they can determine where the market will go. A retail trader, no matter how much money you put in, you cannot determine the direction of the market. You can't. So you have to give yourself brain. Give yourself brain. A retail trader is like a diver, that dive on the sea, who wait for the waves of the sea to be set. And also when the sea set the wave, he just jump on the wave and ride on the wave. He knows he cannot set the wave. He allowed the wave to be set in motion, then he rides on it. He's a diver. You're a retail trader. That's how a retail trader behave. You see, what we look at in the market before we enter market, before we enter trade, is not what central bank looks for. It's not what commercial bank looks for. It's not what big corporation look for. What we look for is not what they look for. What we look for is different from what they look for. And that's why you need to tell yourself you're a retail trader. I am a retail trader. Therefore, I wait for the direction of the market to be formed, then I jump in. I'm a retail trader. Okay, let me take you to the next slide, then I'll be ending the class there. I will end the class there. The next two slides, I will end the class there. So who trade forex market and why? Look at the center here. We have the central bank. The central bank will determine the who determine the direction of the market. They provide the main liquidity to the market. These are the people that put billions of dollars in the market. So we have them at the center, at the core center there. The next to them are the major banks, the major banks. And then we have this major bank who determine also who after central banks, they are also provide liquidity. They are market maker. They determine direction. They also put in billions of dollars, even hundreds of billions of dollars into the market. Then we have the commercial banks. We have the commercial banks. The commercial banks are here. Commercial banks are here. Commercial banks are your normal Nigerian banks who also trade financial market. They also bring in volume of money. Okay. Then next to that are investment fund. These are corporations, investment fund, large speculator. These are the people that they form a company and then people invest with them. Then they bring the money to the market and then they trade. Then next to that are what we call the ECN. These are your brokers. These are all your brokers, your XNES, Forex, Deriv, and then Octa FS and the like. They are called ECN. Okay, ECN brokers. Then we have the market maker. The market maker are like the influencer, sometimes the president of the country, sometimes the prime minister of somewhere, sometimes someone who is influential by virtue of political office, these are market makers. Then look at the last edge, the extreme last edge are retail traders. Retail traders. retail traders. And then this is where you and I belong. You and I belong. For henceforth now, this is where we're going to be focusing. So all strategies I'm going to be sharing with you are the strategy applicable to a retail trader. How a retail trader must think and must behave in the market to be able to profit from the market presented to him. This is where we're going to get in deeper from the next class. Okay. At this juncture, I want to end this class here. Okay. I'm talking about major banks. Major banks, talking about major banks, talking about the JP Morgan, Bank of America, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, Agricultural Bank of China, Bank of China Limited, China Construction Bank, and then Wells Fargo, Royal Bank of Canada, HSBC, Commonwealth of Australia, Morgan Stanley. And these are the people that provide liquidity in the market. And you see, it's the biggest market all over the world. Biggest market all over the world. This is going to be ending this class tonight. You already spent about 1 hour. We spend about 1 hour in the class. This is not up to 1 hour. This is 40. This is 50 minutes now. We spend 50 minutes in the class. So if you miss the video, I'd like you to go through it again. Tomorrow we'll continue the class. I like to pay attention while we run through this syllabus. It's going to be amazing. You're going to learn a lot in the course of this training. So don't miss any class. I'll be doing pre-recorded videos to you too. I'll be sending you pre-recorded videos, and you're going to be learning from the training, and you'll be happy you are part of this class. Okay, so I'm going to be ending the class here. If you have questions based on today's teaching, I'd like you to just drop your question on the WhatsApp group. Then I'll be there to answer all of your questions. All right, thank you. Good night. See you tomorrow.